Hi, and welcome to Pillow Talk with Angela. I'm so excited because I have not seen my friend in a while. Dr. Roz Aker Black is a psychologist. She's a relationship expert. She's an author. You see her all over social media, just trying to help couples be the best they can be and to help individuals be the best that they can be. Well, tonight she is our Pillow Talk with Angela guest. And I'm just going to bring her on. That's as much as I'm going to say before I see this beautiful face. Hi, Dr. Roz. I miss you.
Hey, I miss you too. I'm so happy to see your beautiful face today.
Oh, it's so great to see your beautiful face as we close out this new year. It's
I
New
know.
Year's Eve. And, I was thinking, what a great topic for us to talk about, like bringing the new year with some honesty.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we're gonna
Absolutely.
talk about tonight. But before we even, jump right into it, how are you? How have you been, like, over the holidays with this variant thing happening? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I am good. I got the opportunity to go home and visit my family in Georgia.
Nice.
Very happy to see them.
Are you
And
there now?
I'm back in the DC metro area now,
Good.
but it was great to be home. I was home for a week. It was excellent to be home, to have
Excellent.
that time. Yeah.
Okay, good. So what do you think about this topic? I mean, just in talking to different people, be they in a relationship or not, oftentimes people think, well, if I tell a little lie, maybe it'll just spare someone's feelings. Is it ever okay to tell a lie,
Yeah,
especially in a relationship?
that's such a great question because once you tell a lie, and the lie is found out, then you've automatically broken the trust.
Hmm.
So if you have to tell a lie, and I don't support this, but if you do, then make sure it is one that is not going to do irreparable damage. Excuse me. That's not going to cause issues in your relationship.
Yeah.
But white lies get us in trouble, and so we probably shouldn't tell little white lies. We probably
Yeah.
shouldn't get ourselves in a place to where someone has to fact check us
Right.
and double
I
check what we say.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I had a girlfriend, just, one of my girlfriends who would just lie about little things
Mhm,
all the time.
mhm, mhm.
And, it was to the point, it was, in a circle of friends, a group of us, and we all knew that she would just exaggerate all the time, or, even things that she forgot that we all knew the truth about. When she would reiterate the story, it was always more fantastic.
Yeah,
And you always, it was just always kind of I don't know, I guess a character flaw that you always looked at that as, yeah, she's like that.
yeah,
So it's kind of, to me, because of that, because of witnessing, having a friend like that, it makes me think twice about it because
yeah,
I don't want to ever be that girl.
absolutely. And you don't want people to have to explain who you are. Like
Right.
I never want to be the friend that someone has to defend my
Yeah.
behavior.
Right.
Like, I
She's
don't want
always like that. She just tells these little lies. She's
right.
nice, but she lies.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't want someone saying that about my character. So
Right.
I think in regards when it comes to telling these lies, we have to be very careful about what, because all lies have consequences, whether negative or positive.
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful about the consequences of what we say.
Yeah. Ooh.
'Cause some lies could be deadly. So here's a scenario. In this pandemic,
Yeah.
if you say you had a cough, right? Or
Mhm.
you were sneezing and someone asked you, have you been tested? Are you positive? And you had a positive test. But then you said, no, it's just a cold.
Oh
That
gosh.
can Yeah, there are people doing it, believe it or not.
Whew.
That can have ramifications of life or death for some people.
Yeah.
So depending on the lie, the consequences can sometimes be just too severe.
Deadly.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Deadly.
I mean, and you're right, that example that you're bringing up, I mean, there are people who are lying about, being vaccinated.
Yes,
And,
yes,
I mean, you might be asymptomatic. You might not even know that you have it, but you're running around and you're not vaccinated and, spreading
yeah,
this virus to people unknowingly,
I
but
know.
you're lying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's sadly, we've all saw the stories in the news about people having the fake vaccination cards,
right,
and so if you're in a place where you have to be vaccinated, unfortunately, you do tend to be a little lax
yeah,
because you think you're safe, so it's kinda like a safe facade, basically.
right,
And so you're not probably not as careful, probably not cleaning your hands. You might take your mask off to take a picture, so you may behave in a way that where you think you're in a very safe environment when someone could be in there lying.
right,
Right.
and these days, even if you are vaccinated, if you don't have the booster,
It's true.
you're very vulnerable.
Very
Um,
true. Very true.
so, taking it back to couples, thinking, all right, I love this person. And, I don't know, maybe it'll be, say they're very jealous.
Mhm.
And every time they think something is going on, they just go off. So then you retreat. And then, if an ex shows up or if a relationship type thing shows up, you just go into deep cover and
Mhm.
lie,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
But then
Mhm.
if the person discovers that you're hiding things, it kind of
It makes it worse. So if they
it
thought you were
makes it
cheating,
worse.
yeah, if they thought you were cheating, now that they've caught you in a lie, you did betray them. It's the ultimate betrayal. There's never gonna be a way that they're gonna be like, "Okay, well, I can understand why you told me that because of my behavior."
Right.
They're never gonna take the
Right.
ownership of how they
It's
behave,
like,
like,
you lied, so you must have something to
"Yeah, you're
hide.
hiding. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're hiding something." And so I always tell people, just tell the truth.
yeah.
The truth is so much easier because after you get a certain age, you can't remember all the lies you told.
Exactly. You know what? I am at the point in my life, Dr. Roz, that I feel like, okay, yeah, sometimes telling the truth in the moment, you might have a little bit of friction.
Yeah, yeah,
You might get some pushback because of your truth. But in the end, if you own up to it and just kind of deal with it in the moment, it's done.
it's done.
It's
And
done. It's like, "Look, this happened. Let's talk about it. Let's get it all out. Let's do it. Let's do it."
yeah,
I mean, in a way, I think when you tell these little lies, I mean, because we've all told little lies
mhm,
and for different reasons. And
mhm,
you think that you're just kind of fixing everything in the moment and you just get on, especially if you're a non-confrontational person, which I believe I am.
yeah, I am too.
Um, you know,
I
and so sometimes, I mean, I totally get it that you
mhm,
feel like, "You know what? I don't want a conflict right now. Let me just say, no, I
yeah,
haven't heard from him in 5 years.
yeah,
Meanwhile, he's blowing up my phone. I'm not responding."
yeah,
Or something like that. Whereas if I just say, "Yeah, you know what? I don't respond, but this person, has texted me or called me. How do you think we should deal with this? Maybe it's something you 2 can deal with together." Maybe I should respond, "Babe, what do you think I should say?" Something like that is a more mature.
it is. And they're now you're involving them in the process, so you're giving them the opportunity to trust you.
Yeah,
So later on, there's evidence that when something's wrong, she'll come to me. He'll
yeah,
come to me.
yeah,
And so involving your mate in the process is always going to be the mature route.
yeah,
How do you think I should handle this? I'm
yeah,
not responding, but I don't want to be rude either because this person may have had a temper in the past.
right.
I don't know how they're going to respond.
Yeah,
So I just haven't responded. Because sometimes inaction can be seen as a lie as well. But sometimes inaction is your only recourse because you don't know you can't manage anybody else's behaviors.
exactly.
You can only manage yours. And so sometimes you feel like, well, if I'm not responding in such a way, then I'm not guilty or I
Yeah,
haven't done anything wrong. But if
right.
you're hiding it,
Hiding it and lying about it.
yeah,
That's
you're playing a part in it. You're playing a
yeah.
part in the tryst.
The ruse.
Yeah, yeah.
Even when even when, you don't intentionally
Mhm. Mhm.
you're not intentionally trying to do anything. You're just trying to diffuse the situation the best way you know how.
Yeah.
When again, what we're saying is, start with the truth
Start
and
with the
then maybe figure it out together. Hi, GB. Happy New Year. I know 2022. Um,
It got here so quick.
It got here so quickly, and we're, just talking about ways to maybe do some things better, especially in your relationships. Is there ever a time when a lie is okay?
So this is what I tell my couples because what I've realized is that men will lie to their wives because they don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
So I have encouraged wives that you need to give your husband or your paramour, your fiance, your significant other, the space to be able to tell you the truth.
yeah,
You want your significant other to be able to tell you the truth without you flying off the handle, without
yeah,
you having an attitude, without you having a meltdown. You don't want them holding things from you because you don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like you're not on equal footing.
yeah.
And so I encourage women, give them the space to tell you the truth. I mean, my husband has told me some hard truths. Not that I've always wanted to hear them,
Yeah,
but I appreciate his honesty.
appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
So then for women, I mean, and there are all kind of things. We all have buttons.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
humans, we have buttons, we've lived, people have hurt us, people have betrayed us, whatever the reason, we have buttons. And so if a truth that your sweetheart, your man or your woman, whatever the relationship that you're in, if it's a truth that is particularly hard for you to hear, but then you don't want to scare them off from telling you the truth, what are some tools that you would recommend that we use to, like, stop and just be able to take
Yeah.
our medicine
That's
as
a
well?
great question, Angela, because I tell you, I can react.
Yeah.
I can be quite dramatic, might I say. And sometimes my husband's name is Frank, and I'm like, he has the perfect name because he's so frank with whatever he says. I can be brutally honest. And there have been times when he has said things and I have to pause before I respond, before I react, because what's coming out of my mouth is probably not gonna be Christian, probably not gonna be
Loving.
loving, it's probably not going to be, acceptable, but then I'm like, "You know what? At least he's telling me the truth." I have to stop myself and say, "He's telling me the truth, he's giving me the opportunity to fix whatever it is that is bothering him."
Yeah,
And I would rather him tell me that truth than for him to tell someone else that truth.
yeah,
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 so for me, I think the dialogue is gonna be your first line of defense.
yeah,
Having the conversation about it in a very mature way, and as long as you're not hurtful.
yeah.
Like, you can be true it's all about how you say it.
It
You can
is.
be truthful, but you don't have to be hurtful.
Yeah,
You
exactly. Don't get in here trying to hurt my feelings. Tell me the
Right,
truth, but
tell me
don't
the
break
truth.
me down in the process.
Right, right. There's a big difference between telling the truth and verbal and emotional abuse, right?
That's
So
so true.
you can say for instance, and I use this because this is sometimes a hard truth for couples to say. My spouse doesn't get me excited in the bedroom. How
Ooh,
do I let this person know?
that's a hard one.
That's a very hard one to say. You
Yeah.
can't say, listen, your sex game is whack. Get your
Don't ever say that.
So you can't say,
Babe, this is not working for me.
right, 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 right. You can't come to the table saying you're boring me in bed because
Right.
that person is going to shut down. They're going to be defensive,
Exactly. That
and then
hurts. You wouldn't
it,
want anyone saying that to you.
exactly, exactly. But what you could say, an alternative that you could say is, "Hey, babe, can we try this new position that I read about, that
Yeah.
I heard about? I just want to. Can we do something different?" And that's not like blaming them or
Yeah,
telling them that they're boring to you, but it's saying that you want to try something new. So you're being open and you're being agreeable to try something new because you never know. You may be boring to them,
exactly.
and
And
so
chances are you are.
you
If
are.
you're bored, they're probably bored. But
Exactly.
what I
And
love
so,
about what you're saying is that, just like what we said before, it's kind of like you 2 are in this together.
yeah,
Let's explore
yeah,
this, right? That's what you're saying.
yeah.
Love that.
It brings a whole new idea to the idea of being a partner
Mhm.
because let's explore this together because they may want to bring something new to the bedroom too, but was
Didn't know
probably
how
too afraid, yeah, to say it because as a woman, women don't want to be judged when they want to try something new in bedroom.
right,
We don't
right.
want to be like, where'd you get that from?
Exactly what you've been doing.
Where'd you learn that from? Or who showed you that? Like, we don't want that kind of accusation. We
Right.
want to be able to sexually be free as well.
Exactly.
And, for men, the same for them. They don't want to be in a place where like, who you been doing that to? Where you learn that from? You know? And so being able to come to the table and have a conversation about it makes all the difference in the world. I tell people all the time, the beauty of a relationship is that you get to decide what your relationship looks like.
Yeah,
You get to
completely.
decide, yeah, you get to make all the choices. You
Mhm.
get to decide what your sex life looks like.
Yeah,
You and your partner together
yeah,
are able to make the decision about your relationship,
yeah.
and that takes communication.
It takes communication, honesty,
Yeah,
being trusting enough, in yourself
yeah,
and in your partner to just show up fully and tell the truth
absolutely.
about, everything, like what your needs are, what your wants are. But as, also to your earlier point,
Mhm.
it's how you do it.
Yeah,
And yeah,
really.
I love it. I always love talking to you. This is a refreshing conversation, a great way to close out 21 and bring in 22 with renewed confidence in yourself and trust in your relationship and being trustworthy. That's
Yeah,
the place to start.
absolutely, absolutely. And people, you can make a choice. Like, even if you're in a bad space in your relationship right now, you can make a choice to turn that around. It's all about a choice. Like, I don't think sometimes we realize that we have a choice in how we're
Mhm.
functioning or how things are um, reacting around us, but it's all choice. If I'm beefing with my husband and I'm deciding to stay mad, I'm choosing to
To
stay
say
mad.
that.
Yeah. What I can absolutely choose to say, "Hey, honey, I want to spend some time with you. Let's watch a movie together. Let's play a game. Let's do this. Let's do that." I can make a choice to do something different. I
Yeah.
don't have to stay in that negative place. And I think
Ooh, I
sometimes, yeah,
love it. I love that so much. I mean, and, to your other point, I mean, take the onus, whatever it is, even if it's something that was your partner's fault, you can
yeah,
always, take the option of forgiving.
yeah,
You can only
absolutely,
be responsible for yourself, so,
absolutely.
decide what kind of relationship you want and do your part.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, all right, before we say, goodbye to you in 21, any other pearls of wisdom you wanna leave us all with before, we say goodbye just for just relationships and entering 22?
Yes, here's the biggest thing. Say what you want and say what you need. It's your relationship too. So if you are sitting silent in your relationship, it is unfair to you, it is unfair to your relationship, and it is unfair to your partner to make them try to figure out what it is you want and desire. Say what you need, say what you want. And then that way you can always say, I said what I needed and I said what I wanted. So that person can never say to you, well, you didn't tell me.
How about that? That is brilliant. It's simple brilliance. Dr. Ross, thank you. Tell everyone how they can stay connected with you on social media.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me again. I am on social media. All my social media handles are at Dr. Roz Aker Black. on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm even on TikTok now. On
Great.
TikTok, you can find me at Dr. Roz Aker Black.
Awesome. And is there anything on the horizon that we need to be looking out for that you're working on in
Yes,
terms
I
of
I'm doing my relationship boot camp. I'm kicking it off in January 16th.
nice.
Of my relationship, it's a 3-week intensive,
And
and
how do people get involved?
yeah, if reach out to me at Dr. Rosa Aker Black, and I will send you the registration link and everything, and we'll get you enrolled. And it's a 3-week intensive. So I will say this: you have to come ready to work. You have to come ready to be honest, and you have to show up authentically as yourself.
Ooh,
Yeah.
do it, do it, do it. That sounds amazing. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Mm.
Thank you for just always being such a special part of this show. You've been with Pillow Talk with Angela from the beginning, and 2022, I want to see more of you.
Yes, indeed, we
Can we
must.
do that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
That sounds
Thank you
wonderful.
for always thinking of me.
Always, always, always. And for those who have missed this particular broadcast today, they can always check this out on my YouTube page. And this is where this interview is going to live. And this coming Sunday, they'll hear the radio version of this conversation on 96.3 WHUR and, of course, Sirius XM, Channel 141. Dr. Roz, Happy New Year to you. Thanks for being so amazing.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much, and congratulations on everything.
Oh, thank you so much. God is so good.
Mhm. I see it you're glowing. I see it all over your face.
I am glowing.
You're
I am a
glowing.
very happy woman.
Awesome. Awesome. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you, and so do you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you, sweetheart.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.